Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Death Stranding. I'm the Mysterious JG, and we are well on our way to doing the final pizza delivery mission, which as far as I'm concerned is the true ending of this game. Um, I was amused by the concept of these pizza delivery missions before I found out that they were going to have this weird connection with, because again, spoiled this for myself, unfortunately, but this weird connection with, ooh, ghost, oh no, that's just a weather zone. Weird connection with the end of the game. No, with Higgs. Um, Peter Engler is Higgs. Is there a timefall shelter? I could really use a timefall shelter. And I know it's been a long time since I built anything. I've been taking and taking and taking and not adding in this world, but I think we'll be all right. I think we'll get there before we have really. I think we'll get there before we can have serious damage done. I'm going to carry this extra weight. Oh, there is a timefall shelter. I just didn't notice it on the map. Is it in a direction that I really don't want to go in? No, it's right next to an online safe house that I might want to use. It's there with the craftsman. Okay, story.
Hey Sam, I see you're coming up on Lake Knot.
Uh-huh.
Stay strong. We're all rooting for you to finish the job and come home safe.
I have nothing useful to do.
By the
I'm
way,
just jumping
I've
in.
made more progress in a certain investigation.
I'll give you certain details at a certain
It seems
time.
that Clifford Unger willingly put his own child in the care of the scientists conducting the BB experiments.
That
But he did
follows.
so completely unaware of their true intentions.
That follows.
This is pure speculation. But I think when Cliff found out about their plans, he attempted to reclaim custody.
That
And
follows.
after he failed, the BB remained in the program's care.
That
In
follows.
which case, he would have every reason to bear a grudge towards the president, the woman who allowed it all to happen. Don't you think?
Yeah, I'm.
But just because President Strand is dead, doesn't mean his hate died with her.
Uh-huh.
No, I think he redirected it towards Bridges.
Well, Die Hard
Towards
Man
you,
specifically, it
Amelie,
seems
and
like.
anyone close to the director. And now that hate is driving him to set in motion the last Stranding, to bring an end to the world as we know it.
Oh, really?
Why else would Cliff hold Amelie hostage on the beach? He must know that she's an EE.
Okay, I actually didn't
There's
see
no
this.
time to lose. You have to save her and the director. Though I still don't understand how he managed to travel to her beach in the first place. There must be more to their relationship. I'll see what I can find.
Well, I can only speculate. And I've had enough things spoiled. I'm gonna try not to. But okay, this, I guess it makes sense. I have never gotten the impression that like the guy who's like manically searching for BB was not meant to be sympathetic good guy, like misunderstood kind of deal. You know, it's entirely possible I'm wrong and it's going to turn out he's evil, but it doesn't to me track with what we think we know about him that he would be trying to cause an extinction event. I don't know. I'm hoping we get to rest in Peter Englert's shelter once we get there, because we're gonna need a rest before we take on the very end of whatever's coming. That's tasty, tasty, tasty. All right, let's see if we can repair the container for this pizza to guarantee that it doesn't take any additional damage. Got likes from Lou for some reason. Oh, I guess he enjoys the music. Which may or may not cause me some kind of Yeah, we've gotten like a third. Well, not quite as bad on the grenade launchers, rocket launchers rather, but yeah, we've gotten damage now on, but not the final pizza, and that's what really matters.
No rest for the wicked.
We could. Oh, hold on, I shouldn't have done that. 10 minutes have passed. I was doing that to get our stamina back, but then it occurred to me, oh yeah, we're in the middle of a delivery, but it's not that time sensitive, oddly enough. All right, but we did get all of our. Yeah, so we'll get a lower score on a pizza we're delivering to somebody who's already dead, I suppose. So I guess I'll get over that. But we got our stamina back, which is good. I can't help but think we're going to eventually have to do something. They told us like BTs were more riled up than usual. We came across one area that seemed to have BTs. They were aggressively chasing our motorcycle. By driving it off a cliff and crashing it, we seem to have gotten through that. But yeah, I haven't seen a lot of BTs since. So maybe that was just meaningless. I took them seriously, but maybe that was more like a, no, it's just a, there's no time limit and we're trying to create false tension deal. That video games have been known to do that. Kojima has been known to do that. I've been carrying these ceramics around for all this time. I forgot to drop them somewhere. Not sure why I'm bothering with them now, but I did want to have some extra cargo around in case I needed to arrange things for purposes of carrying the pizza flat. And though the pizza is not flat when you're running at this angle. I hope I don't get penalized for that, but it is not taking any damage. It appears to be in a waterproof container. That's nice. So it is pouring rain over here. Which is normally really bad news in this game, but so far no monsters. Hey, hey.
Thanks for the help.
Big man. How close are we? We're close. And our pizza. The final pizza. Topped with crypto bios. Yuck. Alright, well, anyway. Try not to get too close to South Knot City because plot will trigger there. I don't know how close we have to get before plot triggers, but I mean, every time we get any real distance, Deadman suddenly comes in and tells us more. What? What? I guess he just really doesn't like the rain. Guess I can't blame him, but walking around in rain this heavy isn't pleasant. But unless I miss my guess, that's actually his shelter right there. Which means we ought to be able to wrap up the final pizza mission. The most important mission of the game. It's kind of an open plain here, but whatever. Handled with love. Handled with... It looks like the door is open whether we do the delivery or not, but Maybe only because I brought this with. Now Higgs comes back to life. It's like, haha, thanks to the pizza sucker, and kills you.
Delivering cargo. Delivery complete. Displaying performance evaluation.
So I took about half the time we had, but delivered it completely intact. Which is better than I can get in real life from some of these pizza guys. So we got Higgs welcome. Yeah, I kind of thought we might get this. So we got an HG custom gun. I figured it might be like you just get all the rewards if you do that last delivery, and none of the rewards before that point. Because I also found out what the rewards were before finding out who this guy is. So yeah, if you do that last delivery, you just get access to all these extra weapons, which are custom guns.
Awaiting collection.
It's bomb. We're stupid to pick it up. A star acquired.
Request to join UCA. Registered. Awaiting Cupid connection.
Really? Okay, well I guess now we can build meaningless structures out here. I wouldn't be hooking up his base to the network. Like, he could have left all sorts of nasty traps. PB's like, was this guy a jerk? What are we doing? But anyway, here's can't remember how to get that map mode back.
Chiral communications established. Chiral printer is now operational.
Oh, I guess we can build stuff from here too.
Good work.
Any other deliveries we can do from here? No. But we can fabricate equipment, which includes the various Higgs weapons, which I think are like better versions of regular weapons. But way early in the game, I was trying to figure out how can I get like anti-BT guns, because I knew they existed. And it seemed like, looking at a map, like, oh, you can get an HG custom gun, which can be equipped with anti-BT bullets at the Peter Angler. So like early on, before I knew who he was, I was like, oh, these pizza missions give you awesome rewards. But they are very much set up so that you can't use them before you've won most of the game. So anyway, this is a shelter. So this would be kind of interesting. We don't usually get to come inside these places. And
Only gonna get harder.
something about Sam.
Use of weapons is prohibited.
Fuck Sam, to hell with you. Game over, Sam. No something for you. I am the particle of God. Is there like a first person mode that will allow us to search this easier? Yeah. Okay. Amelie, oh Amelie, to me, true savior. Egyptian hieroglyphs. The world is calling for deliverers, but I need more power. No continues for you. Okay. Pizza boxes, skulls. Can't quite see what that says. No, forced, no, found, no, Sam, no. Higgs was here, was up. Tutankhamun thing for some reason. Okay. Got a computer here. What's he been reading? Something that we're not meant to be able to read. Does seem like he liked pizza. Like, that's more pizzas than we delivered to him. So, correct. The world is calling for deliveries, but I need more power. No, continue. It's getting a little repetitive now. This is like, I remember beating Assassin's Creed and being in the room with just a bunch of like random bullshit in it. Bridges can't make bridges. Who needs bridges? Me, I'm bound to all of this world, that world, and our sweet little angel of death. Hot pizza for cold pizzas for the dogs. Hot pizza is for loser. Cold pizza for the dogs. This world's calling for deliveries. I need more power. Bridges can't make bridges. I need bridges. So he was I mean, he seemed more coherent than this when we actually talked to him. But I guess he was a little nuts. The guy who wanted to destroy all of life. Go figure. He was a little off. He doesn't even have a bed, poor guy. Oh, I guess he has a cot over there. That's probably where he slept. Reminds me a little bit, although it's actually more spacious. It's more spacious, honestly. But it reminds me of my container that I lived in Afghanistan. I didn't really look at this corner, but it doesn't seem to be a whole lot of interest going on out here. People putting their signs in here seems disrespectful. This is where Higgs lived, damn it. Well, cargo container ruined resins. We've been indoors. I guess it didn't count us as being indoors this whole time. But we'll recycle these. And now that we've joined the network, we can get dead President Mom to thank us.
Thank you for your continued support.
Yeah, we've actually got a little bit of material here to work with. Suppose I could donate a few chiral crystals to the cause. And I don't know what we're going to need ahead, and I don't even know if we get to keep whatever we bring when we travel across that. But there's no reason that we wouldn't. Like, we travel across the boat back to the first part of the game. There's no particular reason we would lose our stuff. But let's fabricate a shotgun. Let's see. Multiple rocket launcher. Shotgun HG custom. Various non-lethal assault rifles. Specially customized assault rifle that can be loaded with not only with whatever bullets, but also with... It's really annoying that you don't control how this text scrolls. Which are more effective against BTs. Also features increased ammo capacity, suppressor for reduced noise, and an optional sight for increased accuracy, and an underbarrel grenade launcher. Grenade launcher can be loaded with 4 types of ammo: anti-BT, lethal grenade rounds, slip rounds, and non-lethal tranquilizer rounds. Oh. Yeah, this just seems really good, actually. Having loaded with hermetic rounds, but also golden. So golden shells are good against BTs. So it does mean that we're carrying a lot of nonsense on our backs now, but maybe it's time to get rid of these guys that we didn't really end up using. Alright, so we're loaded up for combat because I feel like something is coming, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But the second half of the game isn't really gonna, like, I don't remember it requiring a whole lot of ladders and climbing gears. There's kind of a big mountain up in the middle, but we can go all the way around it. And that's kind of how the bases that you would use for support are laid out anyway.
Continued support.
I guess I could go for like a full-on mountain climbing Bergsteigen expedition and skip a lot of the map to get back to DC, but it doesn't seem like there's a reason to. Anyway,
Thank you for your
all of our stuff's gotten damaged by all the rains, which is annoying, but, excuse me.
contribution.
Alright. Now we're just gonna head basically straight ahead. Try to get there before rain has wrecked all of our stuff. But that is like a freaking tornado over Lake Knot City. That doesn't look right. They did tell us the monsters are going crazy. We haven't... We also know that, like, Cliff Unger, who appeared in some crazy storm and brought us to a world of warfare and craziness last time, I guess he's the true enemy. It seemed like they were constantly painting him as being not, like, misunderstood, but... I mean, maybe they just want us to have the that's a viable dramatic option. The villain who must be stopped has reasons for doing what they're doing, but nevertheless must be stopped. Mushroom hologram reminded me we didn't pee very much in this game, despite a lot of people telling me that that's what... Not people, but some people suggesting that's what the game was really about. Never be more afraid of storms than I am playing this game. Similar to those people who get super scared of statues now because of that one Doctor Who episode.
Got a moment, Sam? It's about the director.
Look, I'm getting rained on really hard
So
here.
there's no way he could have made the jump to Amelie's Beach if they didn't share a strong personal connection, right?
Well, wasn't he her
Well, I
VP or
looked,
something?
and I couldn't see one.
Okay.
The network should have contained something, anything, but there was nothing whatsoever.
So he deleted it.
His entire life prior to his tenure with Bridges has been redacted. His name, his past, everything.
His
There's no
face.
telling who he was. Which led me to consider another possibility.
Okay.
What if it isn't the director and Amelie who have a connection, but the director and Clifford Unger? And what if that connection is what facilitated the director's jump to Amelie's Beach?
But how did he
If
jump
it's
there
those
based
two
on
who
somebody
have a
else's
personal
connection?
history, then it might explain why Cliff is holding the director hostage as well.
Yeah, whatever. Just
But even
tell me
if
the
that
freaking
were
answers.
case, it doesn't answer the bigger question.
Huh?
How the hell did the two of them end up on Amelie's Beach?
Yeah, I thought that's what you were trying to answer.
Sam, Hartman here.
I just decided to
There's
jump in.
something else I'd like you to consider.
Also, let's have, what's her
A
name?
guess, obviously,
Mama's sister.
educated one. concerning Cliff's objective.
To wipe out humanity?
Somehow, with the aid of the chiral network, our individual beaches have begun to coalesce, resulting in the formation of a single massive seam.
Okay.
Should this process continue, there is a risk that BTs will flood across into our world.
I thought our world was already full of, like, death and badness.
Heretofore unprecedented scale.
Okay.
Now, Clifford Unger's battlefields and my own beach appear to be unaffected by this phenomenon, existing entirely in isolation. They do not and have never intersected with others.
Which is bad, because I want to
But
hang out
what
in those
if
cool
another
war
class of
zones.
Beach, one that exists on a higher plane, that was responsible for setting this process
The whole beach thing is so preposterous
And
that
what if the beach in question were none other than Armand?
changing stuff about it as they go
Cliff
isn't
may
having the
have
intended
regretted,
effect.
But I believe his true aim was to seize control of Armley's beach, to exploit its power over every other beach, and trigger the last stranding. It's the only rational explanation for Cliff's
Yeah,
actions,
the actual...
which is why you have to stop him.
I'm trying to think, can I pause here without
If
messing it
Hartman's
up?
right, then
Yeah.
we're in serious trouble. Using the chiral network in Amelie's beach to trigger the last stranding?
Last man
That's why
stranding.
Higgs went after Amelie, wasn't it? If it was Cliff who put him up to it. Yeah, it all fits.
Well, why
With the last
why are we
stranding,
assuming Higgs and Cliff know each other
finally
now?
have his revenge against the world that stole his life and his child.
Yeah, I can see
You've
how
gotta
he'd be
stop
mad,
him,
but...
Sam. You've got to make the jump to Amelie's beach as soon as possible. Get in and get her back. It's our only hope. If you can't, then we're all doomed.
Okay, well, now they're making it about an immediate end of the world scenario. What I'm getting at, though, is that the setup of this game with beaches is this afterlife for individual people are these beaches which are connected to the world through magical umbilical cords and chiral crystals, and monsters come from beyond the grave to attack via beaches and seams. Like, it's also preposterous and so murky and poorly explained that when they try to shock you with a new revelation, what if Amelie's beach is at a higher level and other beaches are affected by Amelie's beach? It's like, okay, that's no more goofy than anything you've said before. So I wasn't invested enough or understanding enough of what was actually happening before the twist for the twist to make a difference. Yeah, I don't know. It's not like I'm not enjoying the game. I mean, Kojima always gives you something that you never have a Kojima game where you're like, yeah, that was just kind of boring. There's nothing interesting or different about that. You're not going to get that with a Kojima game. But at the same time, it's like the Metal Gear games, they would pull out really crazy shit, but they would set the rules pretty clearly at the beginning. And like, the game is supposed to be based on some kind of reality, and sometimes from one game to another, like, what was an acceptable starting point got stretched. But all the crazy shit that went down in Metal Gear Solid 2 was like, your starting point, forget the tanker chapter. Raiden is this new agent, and he's kind of replacing Solid Snake, and he's on this infiltration mission. And then all this crazy shit with AI, and you were invested in what you thought was happening before all these nothing is as it seems stuff happened. But this game's starting point is you're carrying some kind of magic baby, which is not really a baby. It's a tool for detecting monsters around in a jar, and you're going from fallout shelter to fallout shelter. Like, what was already happening was so weird. It's like, it's tough to get invested in twists, I guess is what I'm saying. But I already said it, and now I'm repeating myself. When we come back next time, folks, they've made it clear that the world is going to end if we don't rescue our sister. Again. I myself now feel like I have to go back and watch the video right after we rescued her the first time to understand what happened. Because Fragile apparently got our sister back, like... Fragile and everybody else got back to the east. We're the only one who got left behind. Amelie rescued us and left us out west. But now she and Clifford Unger, or is it our sister we're trying to rescue, or our mom? But either way, Clifford Unger has like taken people hostage in the afterlife, and we have to stop him, or the world's going to end. And I'm not quite clear on exactly how it's all happening, but it does seem like our next objective is pretty obvious. So when we come back next time, we're going to finish. I saved right outside of South Knot City because it seems like there has to be another big plot dump when we get to South Knot City. But let's find out next time. See you then.